Hi everyone, here's the next episode of my SimCity 4 Solitude Let's Play. So, in the last one, let's see, what was I doing? I was mostly working on these areas by the coastline here. So that's all finished now. You can't really fit any more development or zoning in there. I did notice that there's a little weird stuff going on that I wasn't expecting with the slopes, but I think I already mentioned that actually. Kind of leveling it out, making cliffs here, or rocky slopes at least, instead of going slope downhill. So that would be kind of steep to go downhill anyway, so it's kind of good that it's doing that maybe. Yeah, so I've also been working on something in the meantime. I guess I could let you know I'm working on another video. Someone asked if I could make a tutorial about transportation layouts, and it's in the next city over, so you'll see that pretty soon probably. I just laid out transportation ahead of time for a video, so anyway, in this one, I guess the next thing I could do is start working on this area. I don't know, maybe this one or this area, because they're kind of empty spaces that are in the middle of everything. So let's see, I'll start in this industrial area here. So I've already got a lot of industry surrounding it in this side. Let's see, what do I have for demand? Yeah, there's a little bit of high-tech industry demand. I'm not sure if I should build more of that right here though, because I have a larger high-tech area to the northwest of here. Let's look at that in a second. Zoom out to the region view, and you'll see, yeah, here's where most of my industry in the whole southern part of this region is concentrated. I've got my dirty and manufacturing in this part, and high-tech is all around here, so I'll probably save most of the high-tech development for over there, since I can just kind of have the demand be transferred to over to these neighboring tiles. Here's that city I was working on for the transportation layout video. Anyway, so I'll probably develop this with some kind of residential and commercial zoning, maybe a little bit of urban development like over here you see. I think that'll be kind of good to have near the I don't know, this slope wall and everything. So probably continue that kind of development. And let's see, I'll put a new street in right here maybe. You know what, I'll move that over one tile so it has a better sort of zoning layout, so I can put 2 tile deep zones. And that messed this up, unfortunately. Fix that. Gonna continue this diagonally, I suppose. And maybe I'll continue it diagonal all the way to this wall here, and kind of curve it this way and make it a smooth curve here, and here I suppose. Let's see, I can connect this back somehow to the rest of the street grid. I'm gonna do that, I suppose. I can make it a 4-way intersection right here too. Gotta extend that all the way out to here. So that kind of makes a little loop kind of neighborhood area street layout, and I'll have to expand that with some more streets, of course, because it's not really suited for zoning unless you have really giant buildings and zones. So let's see, I'll probably have to put For 4 tiles right here, I'll put a street right there. And let's see, actually I'll get rid of the smooth curve here. So that would allow me to put a street right here, intersecting with it. And that leaves, let's see, 5 tiles between these two. So that's not really bad or anything. I mean, I can do 3 in 2 zones. Or I can put trees in the middle if I want 2 tile deep zones. I guess I can unpause the game too. I had it paused. Let's see. Well, so I want a zone mostly medium density, not high density for this area. And I'll put some kind of park here maybe. Or at least a tree lot to fill that in. So maybe the flower garden would work well for that spot. Space texture is kind of similar. Let's see. Yeah, residential should go here. Put a little commercial fronting the main street here. I'll fill this with one of those apartment complexes in the larger lot. See, 4x5 tiles here. And for this one, I might do the same thing actually. Let's see, I like the way this area turned out over here. I was over here actually, I was just looking at it, making some buildings historical before I started the video because I just like the variety that kind of turned out here, so I made more of them historical so they don't get replaced by anything. This is kind of the tallest building here, of course, but it's kind of tall for medium density in my opinion. That's the way the game has it, so you know, it seems fine right now. And I need to fill this corner tile here with something. So let's test that out. Okay, so it's not gonna turn into grass, so I can probably put one of these this diagonal sidewalk park thingy. Let's see, 3 tile. Okay, put another park like that right there. There. You know, I'll make this a 4 tile wide zone, actually, so that will fill that in better. And I can put one of the diagonal Japanese style parks here. There. That will appear when the season changes. Maybe I'll put another one of those right here, actually. And I'll put some more of those diagonal sidewalk lots. And I'll make it face this way. And this could actually have something else because it could turn into grass by the sidewalk there, the side of the street. And the tree disappeared from the season changing, so that's good. Okay, looks better now. So what to do about the rail is one question. We've got this diagonal dirt texture, so I'll probably put my construction lot fillers along there. And these should be, you should be able to find these lots on the on my channel about page. You can see a link to them. I put these together myself, so fences there. Actually, I want to get rid of this apartment complex and make the fence extend to the road there. Let's see what else I can do with that space. And put a few more. So, let's see. Need some more trees, I suppose. I've already got the fence, so I can just put tree lots next to the street here. And that takes care of at least this space right here. Oops. So now I've got a 4x4 lot here, and that's not really going to work with these apartments. I think I'll just start at 3 tiles deep and have more buildings appear there. And then I can put some kind of commercial or residential development along this road here. Make it residential, I guess, because we've got a residential lot right there, so keep it consistent with that, I suppose. Looks like I'm going to need a few more slope walls here to finish this wall. So I need a corner piece. So there's a fairly large area to fill in here. I'll start with one of the apartment complexes I've been using, similar to this one. And I'll keep this one as historical because so I can have variety, otherwise they'll both be high wealth eventually, I suppose. So I'll let this one become the high wealth apartment version. I could make this some nice parkland, I suppose. That would be a good idea. So, let's see. Start with, I've got a 4 and 2 tile deep kind of behind this zone. Yeah, I know what the lots I'll start with. It's CLC Gardens, which are right here, yes. Put 2 of those, or 3, 4. There. So those always make an area look nice, in my opinion. That's easy to do. So of course I gotta fill in this space too. So I'm going to use, let's see, I know which park I can use for that. How about this one right here? And, okay, so I'm gonna put a flower garden right in this spot too. This pathway should connect to it. Yeah, it looks alright, I suppose. I could put another one of these parks, but I don't know. I've already used both versions of it, so I don't want to have another one right next to it. So I'll probably just fill this with some other kind of park. Have a playground, maybe. One of these, and park green probably. There. That finishes that area. Although the textures are kind of mismatched, unfortunately. I wonder what else I could use instead of those. This is kind of producing a checkerboard kind of pattern. This doesn't really look good to me. I think what I'll try instead is put a playground right here instead of where it was. And a little basketball court next to that. Should have a better looking texture. Not the exact match of this street texture, but it looks better, I think, than before. And this will look more full when the trees all appear. The season changes. Alright, so that looks nice to me, I think. So, what else is there? This place needs to be developed, I suppose. Flatten this out first. I think actually I'll make this more suburban type of development, or low density at least. So I'll zone low density residential here. And I'll put a tree lot to fill that style in. Another street here too, I think. I'll make this a new street S curve, which I think you need to make by doing this and that, I think. Yeah, okay. That's how you drag it. I'll keep that as low density actually. And do the same for this back street here. Should actually be facing that way, I suppose. And I'll put another house slot right there. A small house. And some more of these slope walls. There. Of course, eventually I want to extend this road, so I'll have to figure out what to do with that. It already in the row warehouses. So I guess I'm done with the port area. So I'll probably just make it slope upward to this height. So now you can see this park is completely, it's got all its trees appeared now, so that looks much nicer, I think. And these are, of course, filled in too. If I zone it like that, so the back is one straight line there, so I'll probably put a 4x4 park or something back here, like this tennis court park I have. I don't use that very often lately, so I'll put that right there. Although it should probably have some kind of access to it. Well, maybe not. I mean, it's just, it doesn't have a parking lot or anything, so... Shit, I thought... Did I use that somewhere down here lately? Let's see... Yeah, I did, that's right. So I just put my own parking lot connecting to it. So I'll probably do the same thing there, with some kind of access driveway. And do that to the street. And my parking lots are at the bottom of this menu. This entrance piece is what I want, so I'll put one of those. More T intersection pieces. I don't think it's perfectly level, but that's okay. Actually, it's kind of nice because it's realistic and everything. So I'll probably put some more of these T intersections. Doesn't need to be that large of a parking lot, really, for this park. That completes it. I've mentioned before I don't like how the game often has such a small space between or such a small aisle space you couldn't even maneuver a car through there, let alone park into a parking space, so I kind of like to do this kind of layout if I can. So there's a larger aisle space, and this would kind of be parallel park spaces in the middle here, I guess. Something like that, so it actually makes a little more sense that way. So, a little bit of nice development in this place so far. Row house, a few English-style suburban houses, nice villa, a few apartment buildings, so. And sometimes I make even the smaller, lower density mansions. I want to keep those where they are, make them historical, like in this area, because they're gonna make the area look nicer. I mean, it doesn't all need to be high-rise in the same spot. It's nice to have a mix of different kind of heights of buildings, so I keep the lower density mansions a lot. So I've got an abandoned industrial building. I wonder why that is. Low demand, of course. I don't know, it's something strange about this game. I mean, I just had higher demand, so what happened there, I don't know. They must have had some abandoned buildings that were repopulated, and then it drove demand too low and they got abandoned again. You think the game would know how much to develop instead of making demand go below zero and making things get abandoned. But oh well. You know what? I guess when I made this right here, I noticed I don't have the nice lots to get rid of the jagged edges textures along here, so I must have not had them at that time that I made this, so I'll redo this with those construction filler lots that I have over here. So I'm going to use the fence ones and see what I can do with connecting to this existing fence here. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to want to put these lots without a fence. Or use a tree lot right there. I'm going to try and connect the fence to this existing one somehow. Let's connect it with the lots I put together here. Where are those? This is the one I'm thinking of. Unfortunately, it has no base texture, so it will look kind of out of place, but I think I can hide that with more tree lots here. Or not tree lots, but mirror mode plot trees to fill that in, kind of hide it as much as I can. Okay, I guess that's enough. That's as much as I can fit in there. Alright, looks much better, I think, than before. Alright. I've got one little new area developed. So I think I'll end the episode about here and continue it probably with this area down here, most likely. So see you next time, and thanks for watching.